Hi, Empower and Thrive here. It's Jacqueline. Thanks for joining me. Kemi Badenoch. Yes, Kemi Badenoch, our Nigerian auntie, sister, politician sister, is at it again. What is she at this time? She is asking the Labour government, which is the current government in UK, to back up her plan of not necessarily leaving the European Convention, but to back up the plan of migrants being able to be deported that find themselves committing an offense and then end up in prison, custody, and then maybe prison to actually be deportation. Our plan is to reduce immigration by deporting immigrants, which is understandable. It's fine. We know it's coming from a place where people that commit offenses and crimes should not necessarily be in prison in UK, but should be deported to their country. There are implications. She is saying that UK should leave the human rights, which applies to especially asylum seekers. If the human rights is actually left, she's also asking for UK judges to stop using the human rights clause and aspect of the European Convention, uh, policy, so that immigrants no longer can use that. And it is cited that a Nigerian lady joined some kind of terror group, and her deportation was thwarted. And then there are two other cases that were also given where people's deportation was thwarted under the under the human rights, because the judges were able to use that aspect when these people went to court. So she is asking Labour to join her and to come to agreement so that that bill can actually come into place. And she's saying that it needs to be removed. The powers need to be removed from judges, but to be brought um, into parliament, so that the members of parliament can actually start debating it and use it. So this is what Kemi Badenoch is doing. It is serious. It has a lot of implications. And I think that it's beginning to actually come even across to some of the members of parliament, some of the British members of parliament, are actually really beginning to wonder what is really going on here. Why is Kemi Badenoch so anti-immigrants to a point that we know that the majority of immigrants come from actually African immigrants? I believe that Nigerians are have the highest number of immigrants to the United Kingdom out of all Africans. That is, I'm only talking about Africans here. That why is somebody that is meant to come into power as a Tory leader and actually to look at policies and maybe make things fairer, not be so controversial. And I think what's happening here is that she actually just wants to highlight herself. She just actually wants to advance her career, not knowing that she may be making matters worse for herself, as a matter of fact, because the number of immigrants in this country, and there are quite high number of immigrants, and many of them, very often, I believe, the ones that are eligible do vote. She's forgetting that the current government of Labour that is actually in power, people are looking, and people are beginning to shift. People are beginning to shift their votes. They are looking for who is going to bring a favorable economy and political climate for them, to suit them. Not necessarily to say that it's a negative thing for people, criminals, to be deported. And you know, but just to say that, let's look at a fair policy, a set of fair policies that works for the British, that works for immigrants, that works for the economy, that works for employment, in the UK. Let's look at a set of um, visas that bring in the best candidates to the United Kingdom. I know we have the different levels of visas, the skilled tier worker visas, even the seasonal worker visas. I know there was a visa for Nigerians to apply to be in the armed forces in the UK. Many people came and spoke about that, um, citing that why is UK opening armed forces to Nigerians? Do they want to join them so that they can send them into the war zone and they lose their lives? So she's controversial right now. She's in the news across the board, and we are watching. We are actually looking and watching to see what she is going to do under such anti-human rights policy. She's not wanting to make Labour agree to leaving the European Convention, but then again, um, Nick Farage from Reform UK actually is for leaving the European Convention completely. So we immigrants need to look at what uh, the different candidates are actually up to. We need to keep updated so that when it comes to actually voting, we are making the right decisions. Currently speaking, I believe I said in my previous video that I made with Nick Farage, very much me speaking about him and his anti-European convention and anti-human rights policies. He would love, you know, um, Kemi Badenoch's policies, I believe, because I think these two are beginning to think quite alike. And I think that this is now my commentary about it. And I think that, contrary to popular belief, I don't think both candidates are suitable for immigrants, for foreigners. I don't even think they are suitable for the British themselves. I don't really, believe that the British really know, that is the actual Brits know what they're getting themselves into with Nigel Farage. I think there's so many left-wing policies that's going to affect a lot of us, a lot of immigrants, a lot of non-immigrants. I think that is the case. This is a commentary, and leave your comments. We like to discuss, ask any questions. This is an open chat video, and until next time, I look forward to having conversations with yourselves. Like, subscribe, and share. God bless you.